I have a love-hate relationship with etching. I love the artsy atmosphere, the street performers, and all the shops dedicated to passions of mine like yo-yos and very woolly hats. I hate that a sandwich costs the same as a bicycle. But sadly, you can't have one without the other. Wherever there's a cool vibe, the expensive sandwich guys are sure to follow.
Frequently asked questions. No, you can't have an extension. Student union requires an assistant. Janitor is needed to collect litter.
I'm Maggie Watmore, learning on the job on campus radio. Can I ask, should we be paying someone for using this next song? Sorry, I just really don't know. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. Here we go.
Students are reminded to feel at home for now. Students' Union is wet at all times. Thank you. Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you.
Everyone on campus is talking about the county's education minister and the bad, or maybe good, thing that happened. Over to you, Hugh.
Yes, that's right. Emotions are high here in Croquembouche today as students have flooded into the city to protest the continued existence of Education Minister Tarquin Fawkesbridge. They dabbled in some chanting, but haven't been able to get into an easy and repeatable rhythm. We'll be here letting you know the wording they settle on as and when it happens.
Assistant needed in the Student Union. Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you. Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us.
Do you want to learn better? Of course you do. Wanda, how do we do that? Everyone is looking for ways to study without all those hours in the library and pen stains on your fingertips. The latest way to trick your body into learning is to sleep with a book in front of or on top of your face. As you sleep, your eyes will occasionally open, letting in a little light and valuable knowledge. Try it for a week and see the results for yourself.
For musicality. Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you.
The realm of Charlie has been overthrown by the evil Green Cruiser. From the Bay of Gravy to the Giblet Caves, this once succulent land has been turned a putrid green. There is only one who can save us now. Meet Wizard!
Explore a world of legend and lamb chops in Meat Wizard, Return of the Salami Sorcerer. Only on the Bungle Button Master, where the games be happening.
Library requesting assistant. housekeeping. Thank you. Failing students should work smarter and harder.
And that's the show. Join us tomorrow when we'll be discussing which vegetables last the longest. That should be great. You know, I've bought 16 avocados this year and still haven't gotten to eat any of them. I mean, really, they must be ripe for about 5 minutes. Sorry, we'll leave that for tomorrow, shall we? Join us then.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. Requesting assistant. Janitor needed in student union. Teachers should be found in a teacher's office, but it's not always the case.
Harrison Wolf on 2 Point Radio. It's Harrison Wolf going through the county's sock drawer on 2 Point Radio. I just had a very big sleep, so it's going to be a lively one.
Janitor required in bathroom. Failing students might want to try something else. Janitor required in bathroom.
Live music is like fresh fruit and vegetables, man. It's better than the stuff in a can, and when the opportunity presents itself, you gotta cram as much of it in you as possible. That's just sensible, healthy living. You can't have too much of a good thing. That's why they call it a good thing. When I was young, I used to stand right next to the speakers and drink it in until I couldn't hear a thing. That's how I knew I was full.
Students are reminded to make requests, not demands. In bathroom. Students eating rubbish are reminded that you are what you eat. Janitor required in bathroom.
Did you see those student protests at Mitten University the other day? It's all a little peaceful for my liking. Sure, I can respect the vibe, but sometimes you gotta ruffle some feathers. When I was at school, they took away mashed potato Tuesdays, so a few of us got into the school mascot's coop, and boy, did we ruffle that chicken. It was all friendly, of course, but they knew we meant business. Just some food for thought, my student comrades. Go get your mashed potatoes.
Despite the rumours, the campus grounds are not a toilet. Janitor required in bathroom. End of year is approaching. It's too late to start trying.
New to Roachburger. Ranch roach ribs with yeesaw.
Enjoy your summer. I know I will. Has opened a new building. Good for us. summer break would be a convenient time for construction.
How's it going? You're listening to 2 Point Radio, the most popular station in the greater 2 Point County area. Nice. We're serving more great radio with a side of insidious advertising right after this.
Janitor required in bathroom. Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us.
As longtime listeners will know, I have a wide range of hobbies and interests, but jogging isn't one of them. I mean, think about it. Going around and around a track or a park in an endless, exhausting loop to feel satisfaction? If you ask me, it's just another trick that big business uses to train our brains into total subordination. I'm sitting down, man. There's no moving me.
Failing students might want to try something else. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. Student requests for administrator. I'll add them to the pile.
Bungle gets a lot of praise in the press. I just don't think it's healthy for anything, to get talked about in such a positive light. It makes my eyebrows uncomfortable. Sure, they've been responsible for a lot of so-called technological advances, and some of you might love your automatic toilet paper dispensers, but I was doing just fine on the toilet. Thank you very much.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. Showering is technically but not socially optional. Failing students might want to try something else.
All right, I am out of here. I hope you all have a righteous rest of your day, and that the constant fear of alien abduction, natural disaster, and revolutionary upheaval doesn't stop you from having a fine and restful evening. Hopefully there's a next time.
Your body's a temple, and you wouldn't fill a temple with crisps. Frequently asked questions. I believe that smell is you. Students are reminded to make requests, not demands. Syllabus requesting new room. A new room for the syllabus. approaching the end of the academic year. Try not to worry. The summer is a good time to relax and prepare for next year.
This is Campus Radio, and I'm your host, Felicity Bellbottoms. Speculation continues to build over that smell in the lecture theatre. But what should you believe? Did someone really stuff a block of cheddar under one of the seats? Or is it haunted? The answer may surprise you.
The academic year is over. Students must vacate the campus. The timetable is not written in stone. Still, we're not changing it. Your body is a temple, and you wouldn't fill a temple with crisps.
time for a book review. Over to Maggie, who's been reading the memoirs of 2 Point Radio's longest tenured DJ. This week, I've been reading A Life on the Waves by Vicky Hawthorne. Oh, so good. Really, really good. Because I didn't know before, actually, that he spent so much time at sea. Or, well, near any water, really, and that's just super interesting.
Frequently asked questions. I believe that smell is you. Janitor required in bathroom. Students eating rubbish are reminded that you are what you eat.
The renovation of a library might sound like a good thing, but here's Hugh to tell us why it's actually quite sad.
Here in Smogley, students have been looking forward to the renovation of the old campus library. The carpet is plush and the study areas are dressed with kettles and beanbags. The library is alive and bustling, but the old bookcases are left on the outside, looking in. Yes, 3 old bookcases stand on the lawn outside the library, a monument to a past that's now over. Spare a thought for them as you enjoy a sleek, frictionless library experience.
Janitor required in bathroom. Assistant needed in library.
Bungle Records are looking for the next big thing. Could it be you? Or you? Or even you? Each time someone plays one of your songs on Bungle Music, we'll show our big pile of money a framed picture of you. Bungle Music. It's not about the money. Not for you anyway.
Janitor required in bathroom. Student union requires an assistant. Showering is technically but not socially optional.
And there we have it. It's being reported that that smell in the lecture theatre was, indeed, a large piece of cheese. We're hearing that a member of the janitorial staff was seen retrieving the putrid wedge in a hazmat suit, though this particular source has been known to exaggerate. We can only hope the smell dissipates and our community can breathe deeply and cheeselessly once again.
Summer break would be a convenient time for construction. Announcement. The timetable is now live. Students should check in before trying to learn. Syllabus requesting new room. A new room for the syllabus. Students are reminded that you don't have to ask to go to the toilet. Your body's a temple, and you wouldn't fill a temple with crisps.
Harrison Wolf on 2 Point Radio. Welcome to 2 Point Radio. This is Harrison Wolf, and I will be your host of this little sonic get-together. This is the party within the party. The sandwich and the lunchbox. The thing in the thing. I'll think of some words, and we'll be right back.
Attention, your finger is not a toothbrush. The campus grounds are not a toilet.
In the news today, local film star Roderick Cushion is in a spot of bother after he was photographed throwing a bagel at some photographers. It's pretty bad luck that those freelance photographers were in his bathroom at the exact moment he decided to start flinging bagels. I mean, what are the chances?
The campus has opened a new building. Good for us. Assistant required in the student union. It doesn't matter how desperate you are. No urinating on campus facilities.
I've lived in Two Point County for more years than I can remember, but every now and then I still hear an expression for the first time. This morning, I bumped into Ricky Hawthorne, and after a nice chat, he says, "Time to see a man about a dolphin." I have no idea what it could mean. Don't tell me though, that man's an enigma, and I choose to keep him that way.
Your body is a temple, and you wouldn't fill a temple with crisps. starting soon. Was there anything we wanted to do? The academic year is over. Students must vacate the campus.
Hi, I'm Ricky Hawthorne. I don't remember being a student, but I'm sure it happened. People ask me all the time, Ricky, what would you eat if you were a student? And I say, anything from the Crumley student range. It's cheap, it's inexpensive, and above all else, it's affordable. Just like Mama used to make.
Despite the rumours, the campus grounds are not a toilet. It's not your year, it's just another year. You students should make a good first impression. No pressure.
Harrison Wolf, talking the days away on 2 Point Radio. We got a lot more radical radio for you today. There will be music, there will be speaking, and if we're lucky, we'll have some county-shaking news that'll make us see life differently. Forever. But first, I gotta find my pencil. Wish me luck.
Students eating rubbish are reminded that you are what you eat. Attention, your finger is not a toothbrush. Assistant to the library. Thank you.
I had a pretty sweet segment lined up for you, but my producer is waving his arms at me through the glass. Yep, waving back hasn't seemed to help much. I'll see what he has to say while you listen to my new favorite song.
Assistant needed in the student union. is technically but not socially optional. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely.
Sorry about that confusion. It was nothing serious. My producer just had certain opinions about the content I had planned. I like being censored as much as the next guy, but little did they know, they can't stop me thinking about it. The brain is the last refuge of the so-called undesirable thought. It's a party up there, and boy, is it a fun one.
Your body is a temple, and you wouldn't fill a temple with crisps. Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you.
That's it for today's show. I don't know if it's been a classic, but who am I to say? These things need to marinate in the passing of time. Only then will we know if today was a classic day. Who knows? Maybe what I'm saying right now is making or breaking the show. Have I just ruined it? What about now? Trippy. I'll be back for more radio in the future.
Showering is technically but not socially optional. End of year results published now. Plants should be watered, not spray water. Clowns, I'm talking to you.
Hello, you're sorry. You're listening to Campus Radio. I'm Maggie Watmore, and I didn't realise I was hosting today's show until 5 minutes ago. It's okay. I'm sure we'll be fine. I haven't done a show without my notes before, but that doesn't bother me at all. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely.
Portal is now live. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely.
This next story is about a shed, apparently. That's all I've got. Here to tell us more is Hugh.
That's right, the groundskeeper's shed appears to have moved some 2 to 3 meters overnight. Of course, as an inanimate object, the sudden move has come as somewhat of a shock. One member of the custodial staff described the event as probably the strangest thing to happen in the greater Flemington area. Leading theories range from haunted wood to tectonic shifting, but one fraternity is claiming responsibility for the anomaly. Their spokesperson saying, "We just moved it. It wasn't that heavy. We can move it back if you like." Maggie, back to you.
Body is a temple, and you wouldn't fill a temple with crisps. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely.
Should you study with a friend, or should you ignore them at all costs? We've all asked that question. Here's Wanda with the answer. Last week, I advised you to try studying in pairs, and it seemed like a good idea. Turn time with a book into time with a friend. A no-brainer, right? Wrong, I'm afraid. My roommate made up a mnemonic device for something on my course, but it was so effective that I can't remember what it stands for. All I have left is decorate my salamanders nightly. And what's that? Sorry, Jessie. Back to studying alone. Shame.
Janitor required in bathroom. Assistant needed in the student union. Janitor required in bathroom.
Mayor Tabitha Winsock has overseen countless disasters during her time in office.
Oops.
Who else can boast that kind of experience? Probably no one. Tabitha Winsock, you know what you're getting.
Students might want to try something else. Students are reminded that you don't have to ask to go to the toilet. Pastoral issues can be remedied by talking to a qualified librarian.
That's it from us at Campus Radio, though my day isn't entirely over. I'm heading to the library to finish and start an essay, and I may be there all night. But I'll be back tomorrow morning for another show. Hopefully I don't fall asleep in the archive section again. Wish me luck.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. We are approaching the end of the academic year. Try not to worry. Summer break would be a convenient time for construction. academic year is now over. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. Milkshakes should be consumed in moderation. No binge milking.
It's the Harrison Wolf Show, baby. All right. This is Harrison Wolf bringing you the Harrison Wolf Power Hour. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about colleges lately. Lots of study here, learn so-and-so, qualification this and qualification that. But let me tell you something they don't want you to know. It's a scam. All of it.
Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you. The timetable is not written in stone. Still, we're not changing it. assistant to the library. Thank you.
We've all been quizzed at school, but what really happens during a test? You get a question, you write down your answer, and then some bozo tells you that you're wrong. But who's to say they're right? What's so great about their answers? If we've all got the same answers, then what's the point of there being so many of us, huh? I tell you, it's a crime that they make kids take their tests. Not a real criminal kind of crime, of course, but it's majorly uncool, and that's the kind of crime.
Failing students might want to try something else. Janitor needed in student union. Studies. Go to the nurse and get back to work.
I shouldn't have to tell you, but if Jumbo McNally's getting involved in something, you know it's bad. Jumbo University? Ha, what a You can teach Mr. McNally a lesson by signing my petition to have him fired into space.
Janitor required in lecture theatre. Computer bugs should not be caught and let outside. Janitor required in bathroom.
Enough is enough. Are you disgruntled? Of course you are. I'm absolutely fuming. That's why I'm voting for Tabitha Windsock. Vote Tabitha Windsock. Drastic times call for drastic measures.
Student requests for administrator. I'll add them to the pile. Janitor needed in dormitory.
You ever thought about why they're so keen to teach us to read? Think about it. So we can read what they write. Well, it makes so much sense when you think about it. It's just another way for them to control us. That's why I only trust the Daily Disorder for my news. They take the regular news and turn every word into an anagram, breaking down the code. You can't understand a thing. It's perfect.
The campus is expanding, even more than usual. It's almost the end of the academic year, in case you hadn't noticed. Enjoy your summer. I know I will. Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us.
You think I got into radio because of some fancy piece of paper? No, sir. Radio is pure jazz, man. It's alive and unpredictable. You can't just learn it. Sure, you could pay some big shot to tell you which buttons to press and when, and that's fine. But that's not radio. Not really. Here's another previously scheduled song that I didn't choose.
The timetable is not written in stone. Still, we're not changing it. Janitor needed in dormitory.
Here's a question from Kevin in Flottering. Hey Harrison, what was your favorite project in school? Well, it's a good question, and you gotta remember, just because education is a scam doesn't mean all those teachers are bad people. So, to answer your question, I used to like making the little volcano. It's pretty trippy to learn that volcanoes are full of vinegar, right? But how do we collect it safely? I don't know. But that's what they ought to be teaching us, man.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. Some students have a long way to travel. Is that their problem or ours?
I never went to college. At least, I don't remember going to college. Anyway, I turned out just fine. Join me at the same time tomorrow, when the day sun goes bye-bye and the spooky white beach ball casts down its dark favor on us all. Good night.
Showering is technically but not socially optional. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. Assistant needed in the student union. Assistant needed in library. operator to install upgrade, please.
Good morning. You're listening to Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio. You're listening to 2 Point Radio. This is Ricky Hawthorne. It's a few minutes past something. We'll check on those numbers while you listen to some music.
The academic year is now over. You students should make a good first impression. No pressure. Now taking students for countercultural studies.
You're listening to Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio.
Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio. Today I balance two hats jauntily on my one singular head. My regular disc jockeying hat is joined by my occasional chef hat. Yes, I'll be taking you all over 2 Point County as I recount my latest culinary travels when I set out to find the finest foods our great county has to offer. Just a hungry man and his hatchback. It's a tale as old as time.
Students eating rubbish are reminded that you are what you eat. Janitor needed in dormitory. Intruders on campus. You know what to do.
The culinary world is a lot like the real world. There are places, there are smells, there's a chance you'll get lost. After a series of wrong turns, now 60 miles off course, I was treated to the first food of my trip. A wondering puffed pastry and something I believe to be meat. The buttery sausage-style matter mingled playfully with hints of pine from my air freshener. It was unexpected. It was dangerous. It was cold in the middle.
Janitor to clean up the place. Thank you. often heard, but not always listened to. Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you.
If you ask me, Hogsport boasts the finest milkshakes in 2 Point County. At the Oily Cormorant, they'll serve you a traditional malt in an old leather boot and throw in a salt and vinegar egg. You just cannot beat it. Milkshakes are a great tradition. They're in our blood. In fact, I once received medical attention after enjoying a few dozen shakes and was told that my blood was over 60% ice cream. How we laughed.
Students are reminded that you don't have to ask to go to the toilet. Lost and found report. If you lost something embarrassing, I have it now. Collect if you dare. Assistant required in the student union.
New to the Crumley Student range, Instant Casserole. You want a warming meal, but you've not got all day.
Come on!
With Crumley's new Instant Casserole range, you just add water, and you've got something a lot like casserole. Just like Mama used to make.
Announcement. Intruders on campus. Oh no. Doesn't matter how desperate you are. No urinating on campus facilities. Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you. Attention, your finger is not a toothbrush.
Nigel Bickleworth on 2 Point Radio. Hello, hello. Today we're discussing for the very first time, ironically, sequels. Yes, that's right, when the wicked and wretched behind something decide that it's a good idea to bless us all once again with the second pressing of their already tenuous idea.
Enjoy your summer. I know I will. Summer break would be a convenient time for construction.
Sequelization, or the art of doing something again, is derived from the Greek word sequalid, meaning lazy, repetitive, or in some way redundant. It would seem that the ancients are trying to tell you something. Ambitionless auteurs of our times.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. to unblock toilets. Lovely.
Sequelization, or the art of doing something again. Wait, no, we've covered that already. See what I did there? I almost repeated myself and then decided not to. It is possible. Up next, something fresh.
Students travelling long distances for their assignment should try moving faster. Assistant to the library. Thank you. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely.
Cheesy gubbins are back. Where did they go? Nowhere. Cheesy gubbins. The only thing you can count on.
Students for Internet History. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely.
Repetition seems to me to be at the heart of all of our cultural and social failings. Oh, what comfort you all seem to take in your cookie-cutter days. Another weekend, another roachburger, another glorified re-release at the picture theatre. Come on, people, go out there and live! Join me tomorrow on 2 Point Radio, where I'll be talking about my collection of ceramic vowels.
Showering is technically but not socially optional. Required for groundskeeping. Thank you. Body is a temple, and you wouldn't fill a temple with crisps.
Many of you are getting in touch about one particular sequel. Yes, the follow-up to Mr. Cushion's positively poisonous production, Perilous Spandex. The only thing hazardous about that particular picture is watching it. The sequel, entitled Perilous Spandex 2, The Handles of Love, received the coveted Piece of Garbage Award. A little award that I bestow to highlight as a public service announcement, really, those films most bereft of value in our county's rich tradition of abominable filmmaking.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. I'll add them to the pile.
This has been exhausting. We shan't be doing it again, because unlike all you reproduction peddling washed up rehashed monkeys, we, at 2 Point Radio, know when to stop.
Students are reminded that you don't have to ask to go to the toilet. Intruders on campus. You know what to do. Showering is technically but not socially optional.
And that's the show. Of course, this has all been delivered to you with one rather heavy caveat. If I were ever to be involved in a second rendition of anything, I can be certain in telling you that it would be for good reason, and, if anything, would surely be a bigger, better, pickle-worthier version of what had come before it. How was that? Is that right?
Despite the rumours, the campus grounds are not a toilet. Your body is a temple, and you wouldn't fill a temple with crisps. Student support can be found in student support. Student union requires an assistant. Janitor needed in Student Union.
I'm Maggie Watmore, remembering to breathe on campus radio. Are you ever reading or poaching an egg or something and you realise that you've not taken a breath in a while? Oh, I did it again. Let's all try and focus on our breathing during this next song.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. Starting soon. Was there anything we wanted to do? Enjoy your summer. I know I will.
If you're anything like me, you're wondering why everyone is talking about cheesy gubbins. Thankfully, Hugh has the story.
Yes, the popular snack cheesy gubbins have brought campus life to a standstill with their Golden Gubbin promotion. The company has said that there are 6 of the solid gold gubbins to be found in promotional packages. Only one such crisp has been found so far, though the lucky student is with the nurse after swallowing it. Something of a crowd has formed outside the health centre, where they eagerly await for a first look at the opulent puff.
The campus has opened a new building. Good for us. Announcement. The campus just got bigger, not necessarily better. Your body is a temple, and you wouldn't fill a temple with crisps.
Have you ever been stressed about your future career? I know I have. Here's some wonderfully soothing advice from Campus Radio's coolest customer. I want to talk to you about your future. I hear far too many people getting wound up in all the worst ways over careers fairs. Sure, go. Take the free pen and the boring magazine, but don't stress yourself out. It's important to remember that all the jobs those people do won't even exist in a few years. The future is an unimaginable variable that can and will differ from everything we know in ways we can't possibly comprehend. So, why stress about it, you know?
timetable is now live. Announcement. Intruders on campus. Oh no. Students eating rubbish are reminded that you are what you eat.
At Jumbo, we know it's our employees that are the big deal. That's why they get the Jumbo treatment. Mobile stationery, toilet substitute, sip of milk, leg rooms, dental surgeries, additional headrest, and our famous data system analysis training program system. Or FDAP stabs. I'm Jumbo McNally, and I wish I worked here.
Provides healthcare for its students. Well, it should. Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely.
Thanks for joining us on Campus Radio. This is Maggie Watmore signing off. Oh no, apparently we actually have a little more time. So, I hope you all have a wonderful, excellent, lovely rest of your days. And yeah, there we go. Goodbye.
Assistant to the library. Thank you. Failing students should work smarter and harder. Announcement. Healthy body, healthy mind. I came up with that. Announcement. Intruders on campus. Oh no. Research project complete. Aren't you clever? Students are reminded to make requests, not demands. walk-in bathroom.
Sir Nigel Bickleworth. Cheers, cheers! On 2 Point Radio. Forget what you're doing and give in to the saccharine melodies of my voice. I am Sir Nigel Bickleworth, and you may not know it, but you've just made a wonderful decision. The finest radio show in town, coming right up.
Assistant needed in the student union. The end of year results have been released. Luck won't help you now. The academic year is over. Students must vacate the campus.
This week on Sir Nigel Reviews, we'll be talking about a modern beat combo, a group that call themselves the Helium Baboons. I must admit, while it may not be my usual cup of beef tea, for contemporary mindlessness, and that's what this is, it was not as bad as most of today's dudge and drivel. Helium Baboons, not as bad as I feared they would be. 2 shrugs out of a possible 5.
summer is a good time to relax and prepare for next year. Student requests are often heard, but not always listened to.
It's time for Spill the Tea, where we take some finely dried hearsay from our shameless county and strain it for all the precious nectar we can. Education Minister Tarquin Foxbridge is under scrutiny for describing 2 Points youth as ambitionless nitwits, and I can see why. I can only hope that it's an abridged form of the full quotation. It would be remiss of him to forget that they are also loud, foolhardy, crass, smelly, and generally hopeless.
Janitor needed in shower room.